From Toronto, I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Canada's team. And right now, one of the most consistent in the NBA.
And this team has a whole country behind them, Ed, just not a city. And I'm so sick and tired of fans talking about this team can't make it out of the playoffs. They have the personnel to achieve the ultimate level of success, and that's winning an NBA championship.
No, in hockey terms, he's ready to drop the gloves. We're ready to go in this one in Toronto. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Ferguson slams it down.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Lowry against the former MVP. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first. So he hits the first, misses the second. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
So Lowry. Ibaka. Screen coming. To Ibaka. Steven Adams with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads 3. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Ferguson, great look and vision. Steven Adams with the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
The Thunder have the possession. Nothing going here on that drive. Taken by the Raptors. And he's going to the free throw line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Westbrook with it. Leads 1. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Westbrook. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Danny Green. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. George to Westbrook. Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark. Kawhi Leonard guarded by Russell Westbrook. To Gasol. Goes to the left side. Lowry to Danny Green. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Westbrook with the basketball. They trail by 2. And the rebound taken down by Green. To Ibaka. Leonard. Steven Adams pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Paul George. It was right there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Lowry has the basketball. Nerlens Noel sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
It's a big finish.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Strong finish for Paul George.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Ferguson to Schroeder. From long range. Missed it. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Beyond the arc for three. And the rebound taken in by George. Schroeder with the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Paul George. Has a look. That's no good.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night. Oh.
Finishes strong. A shot at the buzzer. Final shot of the period. Almost. It would have counted, but no good. Time's run out here in the first quarter. To the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Oklahoma City ball. Schroeder. That pass taken away by Toronto. Fires the three, buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And scores.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Schroeder down to Grant. No good. To Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. It's no good. Shot's not going down. George. That pass taken away by Toronto. To Danny Green. Cruises inside for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Visit our team website for more details.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Westbrook into the front court. Now down 6. Short jumper stays out. Pascal Siakam to Gasol. Offensive board. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. That is great vision to set it up. And a throwdown.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Kawhi Leonard against Westbrook. To Lowry. Leonard. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Nope, first one does not go. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Westbrook across the timeline. 5-point game. To Schroeder. Big man, Steven Adams. 3 for 3 in this first half.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Up by 3. Gasol, good for 2. Great footwork once again.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Curling inside. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it.
Raptors, number 3, OG Anunoby.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Adams to Westbrook. To George. Trying to cash in. Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Lowry, tough matchup against George. Ibaka to Leonard. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Can't connect from inside. Ferguson to Adams. Raptors come away with it. Kawhi Leonard picked up by Ferguson. Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
OG Anunoby sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lowry. He's got it for 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Time expires on the quarter. The Raptors have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry to Gasol. Jeremy blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Westbrook into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Nothing going here on that drive. Ferguson to Adams. Marc Gasol able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Danny Green here against Jeremy Grant. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Westbrook. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
The screen sets him up for 2. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook with it. The deficit now up to 5. George, Paul George, looking good. 4 for 5. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
With a drop step. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Leonard. Rebound taken by Toronto. To Leonard. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Driving right to the basket. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Adams. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Paul George fires. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Big man, Steven Adams. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
The assist.
Russell Westbrook with the rock. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. First try, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second.
2 minutes left in the third.
For 3, and he buries it.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Westbrook. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Kawhi Leonard picked up by Nader. The drive right to the basket. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Westbrook with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Rebounds taken down by the Raptors. Fires the 3. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Pascal Siakam swats it. That ends the period. Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
To Leonard. For 3. Smothering D. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Leads 4. Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Pascal Siakam. To Van Vliet. Lets it fly from long range. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kawhi Leonard against Adams. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Here's Schroeder with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Oklahoma City's got it. That pass taken away by Toronto.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And the rebound taken in by OKC. To Paul George. To Westbrook. Down to 5 on the 24. Serge Ibaka. Huge block. The shot clock expires. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Leonard to Lowry. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kyle Lowry, no one in his postal code, hits the 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And he'll go to the foul line.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Russell Westbrook, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And he makes them both. Lowry into the front court. Down 5. To Leonard. Paul George tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. Fires the 3, and the rebound comes down to the Thunder. To Adams. Able to convert inside.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And, Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person.
Flushes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Westbrook into the front court. The lead is 11. George can't get the bounce. Ferguson to Westbrook. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. And Jay, they call the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Toronto has the basketball. To Leonard. Count the basket at the rim.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Paul George, 4-2. That's rebounded by Toronto. Lowry into the front court. His guys down 11. Rises for the slam.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Ferguson. To George. Here's a chance from long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lowry. Not that time. He missed it. To Westbrook. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Has a chance, and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. He's been steady, 83% at the line. Goes 2 for 2. Kawhi Leonard against Adams. That misses with 3 seconds left. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.